And so I'd love to get you to kind of speak to that title that we have, but also bearing in mind the context, the crazy times that we're living in right now, and what they're calling from us in this process of evolution that's happening unconsciously, in this we space that I sometimes think is a little bit too big to grasp because it's kind of a bit slippery. It's unconscious. It's just moving through the hole. But I'd love to get your sense of it because I know from our conversation before we started recording, you have a background in evolution and anthropology.
I do. That actually was one of my first loves, was archaeology. So I remember I was 11 and I started subscribing to Archaeology magazine. And the highlight for me was when it would come in the mail. So archaeology was certainly a first love of mine. When I got to college, I started to understand that there was an umbrella discipline above that, which was anthropology. And I ended up studying primates and primate behavior and primate social systems and became a physical anthropologist. So it was a really incredible proving ground because I was studying evolution, I was studying ancient history, and I was studying primate behavior. And those things together, it's ironic because working in politics, there are more similarities between primates and politicians than we might want to admit. But I will tell you that studying that behavior in primates actually served me well when I was working with politicians. So there's a lot of tie-in, and the idea of evolution, while I know it can be controversial, it's an underpinning for how we understand the world. And so there is a transfer in what I'm doing now, because the way women understand the world, especially the business world, is, in my view, not built on a firm foundation. Again, going back to that corporate idea. So I think that underpinning, we need to create ourselves. And I've coined a term that I think is really important. We talk about high-achieving business owners, high-achieving women. All of my clients and colleagues are high-achieving. That is the nature of who we are. But the problem I've seen over the years is that it's all around competition. And the term that I'm using is, I am a high-achiever collaborator. I don't need to worry about competitors, and neither do you. Because, first of all, we live in an abundant society. There is a lot of work. There is even more work now because there are no geographical barriers, because now everyone is virtual. So I can work with people, and I do. I talk to people in Australia and England and Austria all the time. Yeah. So our borders are either minimized, or really the only border I have to deal with is the time zone differences. So that has opened up a ton of opportunities for us. But we don't have to compete with each other. When I find another business advisor who does something similar to what I do, I am thrilled because I know we can collaborate and build a community around us. So I think the high-achieving collaborator is a very important concept for women to embrace and to actively support each other. And we still have work to do. I think we are better at doing that, but we still have work to do.